This is to show the absolute farce that this current world is in. I'm one of the most decorated IT managers in the world, chased all over the world, Canada, Mexico, UK, Ireland, Germany, Denmark, Portugal, over fake politics, tortured, electrocuted, poisoned. This is where I was, handing out leaflets at climate change, saying someone's actually gonna die. This is actually an envelope that I've now created to the citizens of Bonn. These envelopes have now been sent out in Aachen, Mannheim, Düsseldorf, Cologne, all basically stating that this German law of where they see a crime, section 323C, where they see a crime, they actually have to act on something. I have written emails, documents, YouTube videos, everything hacked, pedophile messages, absolutely sick all over Germany. I was actually tortured by a German doctor, Dr. Gotz, for the fact that I'm not Canadian. I never worked in IT. I never worked at Bank of America, Royal Bank of Canada, Bank of Montreal. I've emailed the UN several times, Kofi Annan. I've emailed Human Rights. I've gone to Caritas, AWO. The fact that I was told to come to Germany for safety has been an absolute farce. I've been beaten by police so many times, had my clothes stolen well over 80 times. Anytime I book accommodation, police are in there stealing all my things. I've been beaten, refused medical care. And I'm actually just going to show you and take you down. This is the city of Bonn in Germany, which is probably one of the most political cities in the world, considering the amount of consulates there is. Oh, how lovely. Winston Churchill Straße. So what I'm actually going to do is, I really don't even know how I'm able to walk. They broke my bones. They paralyzed me in Stirling. All to cover a fake Scottish independence. They went after some of the top guys, and a German doctor in Würzburg basically said in order to coordinate all this would take tens of millions of euros. I couldn't figure out why they were coming after me so much, but I guess if you have 8 countries chasing you all over the world, and every single organization in Germany lying to you, AOK not paying my Krankengeld, Commerzbank closing my bank account, beaten all over the place, police lying, police following me everywhere. I got dragged through Göttingen city as a refugee, spat at. The police actually took copies of all my bank cards, used my bank cards, and then Commerzbank closed my account. What we're walking towards here is the UN building. I actually handed out leaflets right on this street. Yes, in the city of Bonn, one of the most political cities in the world, and Angela Merkel was actually at this World Conference Center, yes, not so long ago, and I was actually here during that 2 weeks where people do kumbaya dances over funny looking clouds, and yet people are dying right in front of them. It makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. So I just want to make sure that you can actually see. That's the DHL building, and that's the UN building right there. Yeah, for human rights, I have emailed them several times with emails of torture, electrocution, names, dates, everything. This is the UN security right here. So what do we have? City of Bonn. Yeah, Germany knows exactly who I am, and yet pretend to do nothing, and have now made me homeless. Stealing all my clothes, closing all my bank accounts, having me terrorized all over Europe. So what do we now have here? We now have the World Conference Center. Yeah? Which I stood outside and where Angela Merkel was less than a month ago talking about climate change. No one gave a shit that I was dying on the street. A totally innocent man made a scapegoat for an independence referendum in the UK that didn't exist. Germany is now being paid off, and for 17 months I have been psychologically and physically terrorized every single day. What I am going to show you is that I'm actually going to post one of these envelopes right in one of these doors to show that Germany is breaking every civil and human right imaginable, as is Canada, UK, any country I've been to in order to go for safety. I have been to Schweinfurt in order to, I was demanded to go there for 37 hours to tell them about, so let's just actually put this through someone's door, right? This is Nada, just to make sure. City of Bonn. We have the World Conference Center. And this envelope clearly states, can't actually open it. What I will do is I will go in and I will actually put it on top of there. So I have done this for now 6 to 7 months. Actually, that reminds me, whilst I was outside the Russian consulate begging for help, the German government, whilst I was sleeping in the Russian car park waiting to see if they would help me or not, tipped one of these on my head with all the shit and urine everywhere whilst I'm actually fighting for my life. It's absolutely unbelievable. What do we have here? The Jazz Fest. That's awesome. Doesn't matter that a guy is dying for no reason and you've tortured him all over the world. You know, life goes on. Funny clouds up in the sky. Oh my God, we must do something. And there is actually one thing I want to walk back that's absolutely disgusting. Just as I hand out, what's this? Just to let them know that I am handing these out. And I will put that on the doorstep. Confidential. There you go. The city of Bonn, one of the most political cities in the world, considering its size. Yeah. Now they have absolutely no excuse to say they don't know. Barry Fraser, resume. Castrol Formula One, England. GE Capital, England. Northern Rock, England. National Care Standards Commission, where I know the abuses that take place all over that country. Lloyds Bank delivered millions of dollars worth of IT projects. Canadian Automobile Association, Canadian Tire, Toronto Hydro, Bank of Montreal, Royal Bank of Canada, TD Bank, Bank of America, Sky Deutschland, SAP, and I was tortured by UK and German doctors on the fact that I'm not Canadian. I never worked in IT. I never graduated Leeds Metropolitan University. Again, kind of, the irony is unbelievable here, but Winston Churchill Strasse. And it's coming, the only reason I'm making this video, and I didn't want to make this video, is I'm a very private person, but the level of violence that I have been subjected to in Germany is unprecedented, and it all stems from the UK. So before my video ends, I want to show you a really disgusting sight. So I mean, you have all the political buildings all around here, right? They're everywhere. DHL over there, which is Post, and they were actually, when I was sending out USBs and all around the world and asking for help to the States, China, DHL was actually blocking in Würzburg all my letters. So the little bit of money that I did have, begging the rest of the world, because I know I can do nothing in Europe, it's already been paid off. They wouldn't even send the letters. I mean, it's just absolutely disgusting. So what do we have here? The lovely city of Bonn, the UN building. Yeah. They know exactly who I am, and if you pretend you don't know what's going on, what do we have here? Oh yeah, these guys know. These guys know exactly who I am. What a surprise. Do you think they reply? And the whole point of it is, if you pretend that something is not happening and you terrorize them and hopefully they kill themselves, then basically it never happened, did it? So in America they have the gun, which I was always against, I'll be honest with you. But the psychological, perverse stuff that they try and take you out with here is absolutely sickening. Really sickening. And I'm going to turn this video off in a moment, but I just want to show you something that was really disturbing. Really disturbing. I'm going to go back down this escalator, which is A. Now, it is this way.